Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Okay, great. I hope you are always in a good condition. And I'm fine too. Thank you for asking me. Well, before we start our lesson today, it will be better if we are praying together. Let's begin our study by reciting Basmalah and praying together. Have done? So, now I will read the attendance sheet first. So, who calls the name, please raise your hand and say present. Okay, have done. Okay, before we go on to something that we're gonna discuss today, let's have a review about something that we have already learned last week. Any one of you still remember about something that we have learned last week? Okay, you please. What we learned last week? Yes, we learned about agree and disagree last week. Okay, anybody knows what we are going to learn today? Okay, you know about? Okay, before we start, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to express your opinion in English, but you didn't know how to say it? Well, don't worry. Today, we are going to learn how to express opinion in English confidently. Okay, and by the end of this lesson, you will be able to give your opinion clearly. So, agree or disagree with someone politely. And last, have a short discussion using these expressions. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's get started. Okay. Alright, first, let's talk about how we can express our opinions. When you want to share what you think, you can use this simple expression. First, I think. Okay, I think. The second is in my opinion. Okay, the third is I believe that. And the last is as far as I am concerned.
We look for my content na you are. Fake. I will share the sample. Okay.
Okay. Okay, for the example, if someone asks you, what do you think about online learning? And you can say, I think online learning is very convenient because we can study from anywhere. And now, what if you agree or disagree with someone? Okay, when you agree with someone, you can say, okay, I divide it into two parts. And if you agree, you can say, I totally agree with you. And the second is, that's a great point. The third is exactly. Okay, when you disagree, you can say, the first is, I see your point, but blah blah blah. Okay, the second is, I'm not sure I agree with that. And the third is, that's an interesting perspective, but I think. That's an interesting perspective, but I think. Okay, let's try using this expression in a simple conversation. And now, I want you to practice with me. Imagine we are in a discussion and I will ask you a question and you will answer using one of the opinion expression we just learned. Okay, the first question is, what do you think about using smartphone in class? Okay. Okay, great. That's such an amazing idea. Okay, example answer. I think using smartphone in the class can be useful for learning, but it can also be distracting. Okay, let's move to the next question. Do you agree that English is the most important language to learn? Why? Or why not? Okay, good job. And you? Okay, for the example is, I totally agree English an international language and it helps people communicate globally. Okay, great job everyone. Now let's do a short role play. And I will pretend to be your friends and we are talking about traveling. Try to express your opinion, okay? Okay. Okay. Hey you, do you think traveling is important for young people? Oh, that's an interesting opinion. But what if someone can't afford to travel? Do you still think it's important? Hmm, right? Hmm, wow, amazing answers. You are doing great. Well guys, if you're still confused about this material, you can ask me question. So, do you have any questions? Oh, okay. I think you all understand well. Alright, let's review what we learned today. Okay, the first, we learned how to express opinion using phrases like I think, in my opinion, I believe that, as far as I concerned. Okay, and the second is we practice agreeing and disagreeing politely. And the third is we had a fun role play activity. And remember, the more you practice, the more you confident you will become in speaking English. Okay, for your practice, I want you to think about this question. What do you think about social media? Is it good or bad? Try to answering it in English and practice with your friends. Okay, maybe that's all. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Uh, Keep practicing and see you next time. Okay, let's close our study by reciting Hamdalah and Kafaratul Majlis together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.